This is Kathleen with Kal-Ven Tag and Title Service, located at 627 North Carlington Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland. Zip code is 21205. Our phone number is 410-668-6000. Website is www.kalventagtitle.com. Hours are Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sunday is 11 to 6 or 7 during the summertime. I'm also a Pennsylvania licensed agent here in the state of Maryland. This is for PA residents that come to Maryland to buy a car. So instead of them getting the in-transit plate, they're welcome to get their car registered, whereby Pendor will make their title back to their address. So this is not for Maryland residents that will have like insurance violation and they come into Kal-Ven to get PA plates. No. You have to have PA license or ID or provisional license, or you're in the military in order for you to get tags. So today I want to talk about transferring title from out of state. This is for vehicles that are 7 years or older, vehicles that I'm going to talk about now. This is like someone who lives in, that relocates to Maryland. They have a title in their state and they're coming here to transfer to Maryland. So if you come into me and you don't have the Maryland license, the first thing I'm going to suggest for you to get is the Maryland Sounders, whereby you fill out a VR-005 with a copy of your license. I'll forward it to MVA, and MVA will assign you a Maryland driver's license. And then once I receive that information, I will call you to bring your paperwork to get your car registered. But if for some reason you've gone to MVA to change your license, so when you come in to me, you should be coming to me with your ID or your driver's license or your provisional license to get the car registered. So the topic today is transferring title from out of state to Maryland. If the vehicle is 7 years or older, yes, that's what I'm going to talk about. So the paperwork that be required will be the title. I'm going to use this one, the Virginia title, as an example. This is the title that came from Virginia. This person, whenever people come to transfer, remember, the vehicle, the title must be in their name. When you look on that title, it should show the person's name. You collect the driver's license and make sure it matches exactly with whatever the title is telling you as the owner. So once you get the title, make sure it matches with the title of the name on the title. And then another thing you should look out for will be a lien holder on that title. On this one, on Virginia, I believe Virginia, if you're paying on the vehicle, yeah, they will give you, they will not give you the title until the vehicle is paid off. So if they come to you, like someone says, okay, I came to Maryland, I relocated to Maryland, but I don't have the title in my possession. If you hear something like that, you send them to MVA with their registration. If they go to MVA with their registration and their license with insurance, MVA should be able to transfer that registration. I'm talking about people who have the title in their possession. This is what we tag and title agent can process. The title must be in your name and you must have the physical title in order for you to come to us. We do have some people that they will finance the vehicle and then the lien holder will be on the title, such as Maryland. If you're financing a vehicle in the state of Maryland, Maryland will release the title to you, but the lien holder will be printed on the title. Other states, they have some that will finance, and then the lien holder will be also printed on the title. So make sure you look on the title. With Virginia, it says no liens right here, no liens. So I'm good. But remember, if there's a lien on it, it's your job as an agent to record that lien holder that's on that title. You carry over that lien from their state to here, okay? So this one here, if you look at the title, it says where it says no liens, no liens. If there was a lien, it will have the vendor, it will have the lender's information. It will have like Westlake, Bank of America, or whatever. You will see a name. But this one says no liens. So when it says no liens, you are okay. And also remember, when someone is transferring, you don't have to fill out anything. You don't touch the title. You don't have them sign because the title is already in their name. They will hand you the title and you register that vehicle the same way. You don't have them to reassign because that title is in their name, okay? So if you see the name here, match it with their license to make sure it corresponds with whatever is on the title. So if it's the same, you take the title. This is how the title should look blank. Even on the front of it and back should be blank because this title is already in their name. All we are trying to do is to carry this registration over to Maryland. So the document that will be needed in doing this is the title in their name. You see this title is in this customer's name. We will need, if there's a lien on it, we will record the lien. In this case, there's no lien, so we skip that, there's no lien. So we need auto insurance, we need their driver's license or ID or provisional license, and then we're going to need 3 forms. VR-005, this is them applying for a new title in the state of Maryland. VR-129 is for us giving them a Maryland temporary plate for them to get the vehicle inspected within 30 days. And then the last one is VR-197. VR-197 is where they'll fill out, they give us state the current mileage on the vehicle. This is odometer disclosure statement. Yes, when they come in to you, the mileage that's gonna show on the title will be the mileage when that person registered the vehicle. So if they register the vehicle, this one like registered this vehicle in 2022. So between 22 and 2026, the vehicle must have been driven with a lot of miles. So we give them this, the odometer disclosure form for them to state what the mileage is. So they'll state the mileage. They can only fill out the seller, buyer's information. Don't worry about the seller's information. Let them state the mileage here, the vehicle information, the year, make and model, the VIN number, and then the bottom here is gonna say date of statement. Let them put that date there, put the sign, print their name, and then give you their address. So once they must have completed this form, you make sure you give them the pin copy. The pin copy is for the customer, you know, declaring the mileage. So always make sure you give them the pin copy for them to remember that they gave you that mileage in case maybe anything goes wrong. So once I've gathered all this information and I'm trying to register the vehicle, because this person must have paid the sales tax in their state. So for those people who are relocating to Maryland, we use 640. We tax them on 640. 6.5 sales tax of 640 is what we tax. We use 640, and then the system will calculate the sales tax on it. So you put 640 when the vehicle is 7 years or older. I'm going to talk about when the vehicle is 7 years or newer. So I'm still talking about when the vehicle is 7 years or older. We charge them on the minimum sales tax here in the state of Maryland. The number we use is 640. When you put 640, MVA knows that the person is relocating to Maryland, okay? So use the 640. And then once you enter the information in the system should be able to calculate the fees involved, okay? So the next one I'm going to talk about here is for vehicles under 7 years or newer with the title. If you don't have the title when you finance the vehicle, please go to MVA with your registration and your license and insurance. MVA should be able to register that vehicle for you. Don't be afraid, because a lot of people come to us, they be like, oh, I don't have the title, I don't know if MVA will register the vehicle. Yes, MVA will register that vehicle until that vehicle is paid off. Remember, when your MVA will register the vehicle, you don't get the title until you must have paid off on that vehicle. And once you pay off, you bring that title to MVA, and MVA should be able to release your Maryland title to you, okay? So for vehicles that are 7 years and under, usually MVA will say tag and title shouldn't process, but because I know what to do, I always process. You understand? You understand what I mean? Because I do what is right so that I collect MVA's money, because all they want is their money. So for vehicles that are 7 years or newer, I let the customer know that the system is going to value this vehicle on what it's worth. So we use NADA guides, NADA, NADguides.com. You go there, put the vehicle information. This for vehicles like 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah. From 2019, 7 years or newer. Remember, you must go to NADA. Use NADAguides.com. Put the vehicle information, put the mileage, let them tell you what the mileage is, and then you pull up the information. When you pull up the information, it's gonna have 3 categories. It's gonna say excellent condition, average condition, and then poor condition. So the customer will tell you what condition their vehicle is. If you tell me the vehicle is in excellent condition, whatever price that's under the excellent condition is what I'm going to tax you on. If it says 16, 20,000, I'm gonna enter, I'll circulate for MVA to know that I tax this person based on the excellent condition. If your vehicle is in average condition, you select, you tell me which condition, I'll circulate for you. And then if it's in a poor condition, I'll circulate for you and then tax you whatever is below it. So once I must have ascertained that, because I always let the customer know that, look, you're free to go to MVA, but if you want to go through me, this is how MVA will evaluate this. Even if you go to MVA, you have to be willing to pay the sales tax based on what the vehicle is worth, because that's how Maryland is. I put the vehicle information, the mileage and everything, then the system will calculate everything, you know, like what the vehicle is worth in excellent condition, average condition, and then poor condition. So once you tell me what your condition, the condition of that vehicle, I'll select the price beneath that condition that you select. Okay, so what we'll be needing will be the title. Most vehicles that are 7 years or newer, definitely most of them are being financed. You rarely get the ones that probably the person paid off on the vehicle. Most of them, when the vehicle is 7 years or newer, definitely you should be looking for the lien holder on the title. If they don't have the title, tag and title agent do not process. You need the title to do this. If they don't have the title, send them to MVA. So like I said, when they present the title, okay, this is the title. I'm gonna look at the title, make sure everything is good, the mileage, and give them I have to give you a odometer disclosure for you to tell me what the mileage is, whether it's the actual mileage, because most vehicles that come out from out of state, some of them, they'll tamper with the mileage, and then when they come here, they will reduce the mileage to tell us bull crap, you know. So when you do MVRI's check on this vehicle, you use the National Days Database system to check on the vehicle, to check the status of that vehicle. You're gonna trace the mileage to see if the mileage dropped. Because I had one that came here, the title said it was actual mileage, but by the time I did I ran MVRIs on the vehicle, I noticed that the last dealer reduce the mileage to sell it to the customer for a very less mileage. Who knows how much the dealer must have charged this customer. So I told the customer, this mileage you are claiming here is not the actual mileage. So the only way I'll be able to register this vehicle is if you checked this mileage is not the original mileage, or I cannot register the vehicle. So I was able to catch the nonsense the dealer was trying to do here in the state of Maryland. So you have to always be careful. Run MVRIs. If you run MVRIs will tell you the progression of the mileage. It will keep going up like that, keep going. Sometimes you see where they will tamper with the mileage and then drop it down. So when you see a situation like that, definitely it's not the actual mileage. Okay, so be careful when you are registering. That's why MVA doesn't want us to mess with vehicles that are 7 years or newer. But because I've been in business for 12 years and I know, I always call MVA to cover myself up, you know, to know what to do. So if you're an agent and you are trying to register this vehicle, make sure the system says actual mileage. And if there's any type of announcement that's on this vehicle, make sure you record the information. Sometimes they might say the bill title. When you're registering the vehicle, you select out of state Savage, and then MVA will brand it accordingly. Okay, so let's assume this is the title. They're giving you the title. They say the actual mileage, which is good. That's the customer's name. The customer's name matches with the driver's license they're presenting to you. And then also, let's assume West Fargo was here. West Fargo with the address. Then when you're registering the vehicle, make sure you locate that exact address. Make sure you check the address with the PO box. If you're not careful, you record it with a different West Fargo. Make sure the same address that is here, you look for that lien holder with that complete address. Make sure including the VIN, including the zip, the PO box. Most of them will use PO box. Most of them will use a street address, but make sure this information matches with the lien holder, you trace that lien holder and record that lien. If you don't find it, send them to MVA. But if you find the lien holder, select that lien, and the system should be able to record that lien as you go. And as for the price of this vehicle, when it comes to where you register the price, you put the price. Remember, you did the MVRIS on the vehicle. So whichever condition the customer selected with you, average, excellent, okay, excellent, average, and poor, whatever condition they select, make sure you record that price below. Yeah, each condition will tell you the price, how the vehicle is worth. So put that price below which condition the customer tells you. And then once you put everything in the system, then it should be okay for you to proceed with the registration. So let me tell you what the paperwork will look like. It's gonna be the original title in their name. Record the lien holder. Make sure where it says lien holder. If you see Westlake, make sure where it says lien in your system, go there, look for that lien holder and select the lien so that the lien will be recorded, okay? Then auto insurance, driver's license or ID or provisional license, VR-005 will be the forms that will be needed in this registration. VR-005 is Maryland title. What's the... Yeah, let me read you this is application for certificate of title. That's VR-005. And then VR-129 is Maryland temporary state inspection waiver. And then the last one would be odometer disclosure, whereby the system, which is VR-197, which the customer would declare what the current mileage is. If it's actual mileage, let them state it. If it's not the actual mileage, let them state it and check the right option on that paper, okay? Make sure they complete it, put their information, their address and everything. So always run in VINs. Even though it's a newer vehicle, the chances of the VIN number being tampered is there. I mean, the odometer being tampered with is there. So check online and monitor the odometer. If for some reason the odometer went up and then start coming down again, there's a problem right there. So you catch it, you let them know that this is not the actual mileage. There's no way this title will read 240 when it was registered in maybe Pennsylvania, and now it's coming to Maryland, and you're telling me the mileage is 129 or is 110. No. You must check this is not the actual mileage for me, okay? So be careful when you're dealing with a newer vehicle. If you are not sure, please send them to MVA or send them to me, okay? Kal-Ven knows it all. Kal-Ven knows it all, okay? So if you are not comfortable with me, I know my business. If I'm not sure, I call MVA. Get all the information I need, I get that car registered, and the customer will be happy instead of them going to MVA. Especially when they come to you on a weekend, they need a plate to drive with, and you're telling them cock and bull story, you have to go to MVA. A lot of them will not want to go to MVA. So I tell them, look, you're going to be paying on what this vehicle is worth. So if you're willing to cover this money, please let me know so that I can get the car registered. So I let them know that once I evaluate the vehicle, they're gonna be paying a whole lot for the sales tax, okay? So this is how this is how we register a vehicle that being transferred from out of state to Maryland. Remember, if this customer does not have the title, please do not proceed. Everything you do here in the state of Maryland, you tag and title agent, make sure you have the title. If you don't have the title in your possession, do not process. Send them to MVA. If the vehicle is financed, then the lender is holding the title, and the lender cannot release the title until the loan is paid off. So if you go ahead and register that vehicle without recording the lien holder will come after you. They'll come and sue you. So make sure you collect everything you do here in the state of Maryland. Tag and title agent, make sure they give you the physical title. That's why we're here, to monitor all these things. If a customer is telling you long story, you cut them short. You say, please take your registration, go to MVA, and MVA should be able to register your vehicle. Let them know that there's not a problem. it's okay for you to go to MVA with your registration and get the car registered. So this will end this video. Like I said, if the customer doesn't have the title in their possession, do not register. Send them to MVA for MVA to use their registration to register that vehicle until the loan is paid off. When the loan is paid off, because when people like this, MVA will flag you. MVA will put a flag on you, stating that the title, that will flag you, saying that you have to bring the title to Maryland. So once you, the customer, once you pay off on that lien, this is for people who finance and they don't have the title in your possession. So if you pay off on that lien, make sure you contact the lien holder to send you the title. So once the lien holder sends you the title, you make appointment and go to MVA and release that title to MVA so that MVA will release your Maryland title to you. So this will end this video. If you have any questions, please contact Kal-Ven Tag and Title Service at 410-668-6000. Or you're free to go to our website, which is www.kalventagtitle.com. Or you're free to call us on our, or you're free to leave us a message on our website where it says contact us. Leave us a message, and then whatever your situation is, you describe it, and I will get back to you at my convenience. This will end this video. If you have any questions, like I said, contact us either on Google, or you contact us on our page, or you send us an email, whichever one. But go on our website, which is www.kalventagtitle.com. This will end this video. If you have any questions, please contact me at your convenience. Thank you.